You can listen everywhere to the Philip Balvenie podcast.
Yeah. So the whiskey really complemented it. It really did complement it. And because I think it almost sort of like they almost kind of balanced each other a little bit, because the orange just in the chocolate is very zingy. But that coupled with the whiskey, which is weird because the whiskey, although I didn't really get the citrus notes from it, as you said, I got more of a caramel type flavor. It brought it down a little bit, so I could really feel that happening in my mouth. Now I don't have an allegiance or anything like that. I don't have any a background or history to it. That's just exactly what's happening to me real time.
Absolutely.
Which was interesting. More.
We want more. No worries at all. So
Let's do more.
You can get so you're aware. So the Cotswolds you can buy online at Cotswolds, and you can get at Waitrose and some big Sainsbury's. You can get their gins from all over the place. Their gins are amazing. Go on their website. They've got some really good stuff. If you sign up to their club, I think you get £5 off. It's free delivery after, I think, 25 quid. Okay. So yeah, it's well worth getting involved with them.
Yeah.
And if post lockdown, go and have a little visit.
There's something nice about sitting down with a nice glass of whiskey. I don't drink a lot, but I can really appreciate sometimes, when the rain's beating down or it's a stormy day outside, just to be snuggled up with a nice something a little bit stronger.
Absolutely.
Can be quite nice. Absolutely. So we're going bottle number 2 now.
So second one we've got. And
how do you pronounce it? The Balvenie.
The Balvenie. Now, what's great and what does lend to some synergy in the whole bagage is the fact that Balvenie and Glenfiddich are sister distilleries. So they're right next to each other. Okay. And so essentially they're going to have a pretty similar type product. Yeah, similar. I mean, they have different nuances and things like that.
Should I say process as opposed to sort of product, because their process is going to be for, and I'm sure you're going to come onto this, but an important bit about is what you put it in, right?
Yeah. So casks and are a massive part of the whole process, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yes, you can tweak a lot of stuff, but it's what it's finished in and matured, or maturation as they like to call it within the trade. So this is matured in Caribbean casks. So that's basically rum casks.
Oh, I see. So it's had a different spirit. So it's because they'll reuse a cask, right? For hundreds of years.
Yep.
If it lasts.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So this has had a maybe a more sort of like you said, like a rum, or could it have had anything else in there? Or why is it bracketed as Caribbean?
So they're not. I think they're not allowed to say exactly what rums they're used in it. They have stated that it's been rum casks in the past. But because different rums come from different parts of the Caribbean and stuff like that, they don't have to be so specific. It can come from any part of the Caribbean, effectively. I think that's one of the reasons. But I mean,
well, rum's big in the Caribbean, right? It's famous it's famous for its rum. Well, that's really interesting. So now I'm looking out for what I know to taste as rum, to see if there's any sort of finishings there that I can taste. But it'll be interesting to compare this with number 3.
To
see what the differences are. And I think that I took too long between number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
To get a comparison. I completely sort of cleared my palate of number 1.
That's fine. And what's good is if you've got the same glass for number 1, if that's by the side,
you
can go back and nose it. So nose it, and that'll have intensified the nose, and then you can go into the second one. Do the back of your hand.
Oh, between it?
Yeah, between it, because then...
Maybe if I smell the bottle, because I'm not really getting a lot from the... It's in danger of flying up one of my nostrils, this little...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the back of the hand trick. And then onto the Balvenie. They have quite similar characteristics. There are
I think this the Cotswold one is a lot more subtle than this one. This one feels a bit more like I don't know. It's a bit more whiskey-esque, I suppose. Like it feels not. I don't want to say harsher, but it feels like more like whiskey.
Are you getting kind of any kind of tropical fruits?
Do you know what? Right. Okay. As you say it, I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's like I don't even know if it's a trigger, but as you say, tropical fruits. Like before, when you said creme brulee, it was exactly creme brulee that I was smelling. But now you've done that, I almost thought as soon as you sort of said it, I got a little pineapple-y from this.
Almost fruit salad. That kind of fruit salad little, you know.
Yeah, because there is almost like a little cherry in there. You know, you find that elusive little cherry. Yeah, it's there. It really is. Yeah, it is. That's crazy. I'm really enjoying this. This is good.
Fantastic.
So what chocolate with that?
So what we're going to do with that one is we're going to go for the Les Grande hazelnut.
Okay. I was like half tempted for you to say chili there, but...
Yeah, no, not yet.
Les Grandes.
Les Grande.
Okay, so this is a hazelnut.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fruit and nut.
Absolutely.
Got ya. I get your thinking behind that. I'll try and do this quickly because it probably sounds quite annoying on the microphone. Okay. All right, don't wait for me, Pete. You just crack on, yeah?
Well, absolutely. I need to be quicker off the draw, sunshine.
I should have pre-opened these, right? Okay. All right.
Now get some of your whiskey. Crunch through those hazelnuts.
Oh. That's like a Ferrero Rocher.
Is it not? Absolutely. That's an adult Ferrero Rocher.
It is, isn't it? Right, what am I getting? The hazelnut just went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that just made it all about the nut. And as usual, I've got to try a little bit of chocolate just to see what that whiskey actually did. Yeah. Okay. With the whiskey, the nut went through the roof. Yeah, it really did. I mean, I think because of the sweetness around the nut as well. I don't know if these are like. I know that I don't know if they're sugar coated. They're certainly covered in chocolate.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it made I'm salivating. It made that hazelnut.
Almost like Nutella.
It just made it like shoot out my eyeballs almost. It was wicked.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
There's an amazing spread that I found for toast, and it's from Marks and Spencer's, and I'm sure other people do it as well. And it's salted. Effectively, it's salted caramel, kind of Nutella. It's not Nutella, but it's like Nutella and salted caramel fused together, and that combo is basically what it tastes like. So
there's you in the mornings, bit of that on your toast.
Yeah.
A little Balvenie, yeah.
They do say that the Balvenie does have some are breakfast whiskies, but no.
Breakfast whiskies.
Yeah,
are we talking fry up and?
I've not, to be honest, I have no idea. Generally,
that's the next show. That's the next podcast.
Yeah,
exactly. Put a little fryer here.
Yeah.
And we're going to do bacon sandwiches and whiskey.
Bacon and eggs and sausage sandwiches and a little bit of whiskey tasting. Boom.
I like that. I like that. We'll have to do it in conjunction with like a rugby game or something like that.
Absolutely.
Let's get that going.
Yeah, very much so. So I would say, why not, if you've got a little bit of whiskey left, try a little bit of the let's go for a little bit of the orange intense.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to hold a little bit more back.
Absolutely.
Because I would like to try that because of those fruits.
Yeah.
And the Caribbean cask.
Yep.
I want to try it with some chili after.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well. So let's do that orange.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what that chili does to it after that. This is my favourite podcast so far, Pete. I don't mean that in any disrespect to the others, but nobody else sent me whiskey samples. All right, this is the best one. Orange. I think I put a drop too much water in that. Give me 1 second.
No worries.
Let's do it justice. That's better. Moment of silence. What's it doing? What is it doing? Not a huge amount, if I'm really honest.
No.
To the orange.
Yeah.
Not like it did with the hazelnut.
That's why I wanted the hazelnut first, because that's the combo.
Right.
And what's interesting is when because some people will be listening to this saying, "Oh, like any chocolate goes with it." Of course it does. But actually, if you then like doing kind of tasting, you can actually go, well, actually, that doesn't real hit the brief because actually it doesn't quite go with it.
Yeah.
Or,
well, I mean, we're not making the rules up. If people
absolutely.
find it, if people find it works with something different,
absolutely,
that Balvenie definitely goes very well with hazelnut chocolate.
Absolutely. And you wanted to try a little bit with the chili. Absolutely.
Going to go chili.
Go a little bit of chili action. Absolutely. Quality.
They're all open now. This is exciting. Whew. Okay.
And you may need a little bit more time in the mouth with the chili because the chili takes a little bit of time just to warm in the palate.
Yeah. I'm sure they haven't loaded it with chili, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go a little double. I've never ever had chili chocolate before.
Have you not?
This is my first time. I've always, you hear about it.
It's great to actually put in as a chili con carne, as a cheeky little naughty ingredient.
Mole type Mexican.
Yeah.
cocoa.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's called mole. Mole. Something like that.
I'll be intrigued to see how you find it. Right, now get the whiskey in.
Swallowed it, didn't I?
And I'm intrigued to know how you find that.
That really sharpened up the whiskey.
And for me, it sharpened up the chili part to it as well. It intensified for me.
Okay, it's now coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of it gave that.
The whiskey made the chocolate hotter. I had the chocolate in my mouth for a while, and I couldn't really get the chili. Throwing the whiskey, or maybe the liquid. I don't know if it was the whiskey, to be fair, but it might have been. It probably was the whiskey because it did it to the hazelnut. It just threw the chili all around my tongue.
Absolutely, intensified it. So if you want an intense burst of chili, that's a great combination. If you want a more subtle kind of experience with the chili chocolate, then it may not be your bag.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Bagage. This is good. I'm glad we did this because that's because you just think like, you know, when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to try some whiskeys and you're going to try some chocolate and it's going to be whatever it is. But there is some real complexity that I'm starting to appreciate around this. And it's great. So that was number 2. That was the Balvenie.
Balvenie Caribbean cask. One of my favourite distilleries, to be honest. They are. I probably have, in my collection, they're probably the ones that I have probably most of.
Okay.
The next one.
And then next to the Glen
in a car on the way to your job. All alone with your kids, with your wife, or with your dog. You can listen anywhere. You can listen everywhere. To the Philip Baloney podcast.